In this episode, we have a case of Honey, I Shrunk the Handle. Well, hey folks, welcome to the channel. Welcome to another episode here at Gideon's Tactical. I am your host, Aaron, and that's exactly what we have here. I was super excited when I saw the pictures online, and this is why we do reviews, guys. This is why we come out and test, is for this reason. On screen, when you're looking at Blade HQ, Amazon, whatever, I was super pumped about the Kizer Bush. It's a simple 1095 high carbon steel blade, great profile, great design, gonna come with a Kydex sheath, under 100 bucks. So when I saw it, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be sick, and I'm really excited about the blade. But when I had Kizer ship these over to me, and they did send these to me, and I got it in my hand, I was extremely disappointed in the size of the handle. It's really like a case of Honey, I Shrunk the Handle. They took a knife, because this is about a 5-inch blade, again, 1095, sharpened spine, pretty stout. I think it's 3/16 of an inch thick. Nice balance, nice weight, all of that. But it has like almost a neck knife sized handle on it, and I do not understand why. The ergonomics are great. We're going to look at all of it real quick today just to show you, but it is way too small for me. I can barely get full purchase on it because the blade is awesome. The handle is for like a 3-inch, fixed blade, like compact fixed blade, neck knife kind of a thing. So we're gonna run it up against some other Kizers that I would recommend to you, but I'm disappointed in the size of the handle. Everything else about the knife I'm really digging. So let's go ahead and break it down, show you what it can do, what it can't do, what this handle has to offer, why I think it's so small, why it is small, and run up some kind of competitive options for you from Kizer and other companies as well, so that you can decide this is really truly like the micro too small a handle for you, or maybe you're just a small person, you're looking at a knife for your child, or a loved one who just has really mini tiny hands, small hands. What is that? The comment from Austin Powers. It smells like cabbage. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and get to it, guys. Break this knife down quickly. All right, here we are at the tabletop, and we'll be running in a lot of footage as we go, but I want to have a little bit of propage going on here. Have my wife's Mai Tai female cut Knockaround Sunglasses. Got my aviators. Great sunglass company, guys. We're really happy as a family and buddies and friends. Even prior to the affiliate program that we now have, we're purchasing Knockarounds, and they really loved them. We're really happy with what we are getting for bang to value, and just want to pass that along. And when you guys use those hyperlinks to Knockaround, to Blade HQ, to Amazon that we're going to talk about today, really helps us out, helps us continue to make content just like this. So thank you guys for your support. And if you are in that market for inexpensive, but I think very high value sunglasses, they got custom stores, they got female, male, all that type of stuff. Go check them out, links below. So we'll go ahead and hop in here with the sheath first, since it's already preloaded. What we're looking at is a Kydex sheath. Really happy with it. Pancake design, lots of lashing points all the way around, good weight to it, good solid snap. You even do have a fire steel loop. You can take that off if you desire, if you're not really into that. It will fit most 3/8 fire steels in there. A lot of your Light My Fire, Swedish Fire steels will fit in there. So really good in that regard. Just going to show you the snap here. Nice thumb ramp. Really positive. Click. Let's see if there's any rattle. Little bit of rattle. Nothing too bad though. Really nice and positive. The only downside really that I saw is this nylon stuff back here. Even the attachment, the shelf right here is really nice. But this is actual seat belt. So I guess they're working with what they got. And it's super strong, but it kind of frays on the sides there. That it's seatbelt. You can see the seaming isn't fantastic. Let's see if I can show you guys. There we go, in the light. The seaming is not fantastic. It's kind of like at an angle there. And these are not screwed in or anything. These are just like studded in. So I don't know how you would like take that out and put like a blade tech lock. I don't think you could. And then kind of like a faux leather, I guess, right here. That the snap does act, so it would catch the knife, so at least it wouldn't fall out, but it's going to expose a pretty good amount of the blade. So there's that. We'll go ahead and pop that off. So I was really happy with the overall Kydex sheet, just not with the nylon. I would actually probably unscrew that and just do like a blade tech lock, or come up with my own drop leg system. AZ Welke does that. Some other companies do that as well. But for the price that we'll talk about in a little bit, not too bad at all, and better than a crappy nylon sheath. Okay, so the blade itself is 1095 steel, and it works really well. You know, I don't know, I haven't done an actual edge retention test compared to US 1095. It is Chinese made. But with my little river that I'm going to run in here in just a second, that's a Kizer 1095, I was really happy with it, had really no issues with it. Now, from the handle to the tip is going to be 5 inches, 4.8 actual cutting edge, and you got that black coating that's holding up really well to the Abuse 90-degree spine, so that you can throw sparks or scrape with it, even with the coating on, which is cool. And I just like the shape. That was one of the things that made me want to request it, is that the shape is pretty awesome, in that it's a straight blade all the way the majority of the blade, and then sweeps up to a really massive belly there at the end. Kind of looking almost like a tanto, you know, like an Asian tanto combat, you know, katana style, but with a bush emphasis, you know, and I liked that. I was like, oh, that's cool, that's different. I don't have a knife like that, and it just looks cool. It connected with me visually. That's why I wanted to test it. Probably why, if you're watching this video, why you might be interested in it. It's hitting a price, the materials make sense to you, and the shape, you're kind of like, oh, that's a little bit different. And it performed well for bush tasks, every type of, you know, camp task you would want. This knife did great. Even being pretty stout at 0.18, so 3/16 of an inch thick, really worked well, no complaints. You know, was able to carve, make feather sticks, you know, cut through cordage. If you wanted to carry it kind of as a medium size EDC knife, you totally could. The handle definitely would suggest that in a second here. Yeah, did absolutely everything a bush knife should do. And so it holds up to its name on the blade end, no problem, and would be a great camp knife, or just general purpose, you know, around a campsite, camping, hiking, backpacking type of usage with the design. They did a great job with the blade shape overall, and it is a little unique. Now here is the crux of the knife, the handle. The issue that I alluded to earlier. Now it's a molded G10, your contour G10. They have it right now in tan and black version, so just depending on your fit, your style. Well bolted in, you know, they're recessed in, so the bolts aren't going to be sticking up, causing any sort of hot spots. They've done good swelling. All of that really contoured well, not clunky, squared off. You know, like contouring reminds me a lot of the BK16. Let's see if I got that over here. BK16 reminds me a lot of the contouring, so that's really good. And that's really kind of what I thought I was going to be getting, was basically like a slightly longer BK16 with just a slightly different blade shape. And I was really excited about that, to kind of tell you guys, like, hey guys, you know, if you're, you know, just want another knife, or, you know, if you're not really digging the BK16 because you have to do all the, you know, sheath modifications, then hey, this might be the blade for you. But you can see here, the handle is 4 inches even, which is smaller than a lot of my pocket knives. It's going to be 1 inch high, and then it's going to be 0.75 inches thick. And the blade itself is going to come in at 6 ounces, which is very close to the BK16 in weight. But you can just see that the BK16 has a much larger, just longer handle. When you line it up, it just looks better aesthetically. That's part of it too. You look at the bush and you're like, when you get it in your hand, you're like, this looks weird how short the handle is. And then you just have more real estate. I mean, look at that. When I grip that thing, I got all the real estate in the world. When I do that on the bush, I mean, I'm just barely in there. I mean, it fits, but just barely. And then this lanyard hole is very large, but it's above, not below, like on this guy right here. And so you have less handle scale right in the back of your hand. So it's biting in back here, not really creating a lot of comfort if you are having to put some leverage on the back side. Again, if it was, you know, instead of 4 inches, 4.75 or 5 inches in handle length, then this would be out further away from your hand. You guys know, large size glove hands. Yeah, just not really happy with that. And you're constantly almost wanting to like ride up, but then there's no choil or anything. It just doesn't make sense to me on why they decided to go with 4 inches on the handle and not like at least 4.5, if not 4.75. Would have just made the aesthetics make a little more sense when you actually get it in hand, and just more real estate to actually use the tool. And so that's where we'll really kind of talk about price and comparison. Now this is going to go for about $85 on Blade HQ. I do not see it on Amazon right now. So if for some reason the size does not matter to you, you have small hands, you're purchasing it for maybe a child of yours, a girlfriend, a female, or you just have like, you wear small size guy gloves, I don't know, maybe that'll be perfect for you, and it's exactly what you're looking for. But for me, it's just too small. And for $85, I think it's a great price for what you're getting, $10.95. The fit and finish is really well done. You're getting a Kydex sheath that you just have to kind of figure out a better way to mount probably, but you know, it's very doable. And you're getting really good handle ergonomics, just way too small and short in my opinion. So again, for USA made instead of Chinese made, when we line that up, the BK16, this is my custom tricked out one, about $70. So, you know, $15 less, but you wouldn't have to upgrade the sheath, you know, because the Zytel, you know, and do all that. There's a lot of upgrading that has to happen with the BK16. I'll show you another Kizer here, which is really good. The Little River, really like this guy a lot. We did that recently. Again, Kydex sheath, similar, you know, setup. This one will go between $85 and $95. Just kind of depends on who, what, when, where, why. That is on Blade HQ and Amazon. Again, links below. But you can just see there as well a much larger. I'll bring it up here. Just a bigger, fuller, makes more sense, you know, handle there than what you're getting on the Bush. It just, every time I see it and I compare it to any other knife, I'm just like, why? So as a general utility knife, I love that Little River. That thing's really cool, like that a lot. And a very similar price point. You wouldn't have to upgrade a sheath, wouldn't have to upgrade handle scales, anything like that. Not quite as bushcrafty because of the clip, you know, saber grind and the deep cut in, but still very ergonomic in general, you know, do everything knife. Let's see here, just again for size perspective on that handle, an Azula 2, it really, I mean, it's almost like the size of the Azula 2 when you run those up head to head next to each other there. It almost feels like that. That's what it reminded me of when I did that. I was like, wow, that's like an Azula 2 almost feeling in my hand. So very strange there. And then just kind of for a dog pile, for, you know, about $100, you got your SE4 HM. Again, when I line the handle scales up on that, you can just see much larger handle, a lot more to work with. Shorter blade though, you know, significantly shorter blade. That was what was cool about this design too. I'm like, wow, you're getting a lot more blade. Yeah, and Kydex, now they offer those Kydex, links below for that guy. And then just some other ones here, you know, here's a CRKT Clever Girl. Not at all Bush knife, but just to show you kind of same size and a much longer handle, just gives you more to work with. So that one's like $70. So with all that being said, $85 I think is a very doable price, very kind of in the middle, and with all the options that you're getting, but you're really gonna have to decide, you're gonna have to say to yourself, I'm looking for a small sized handled knife with a very long blade in comparison to the handle size for some reason. Other than that, there's just, Kizer makes better stuff, and K-Bar and ESEE and CRKT, and there's just so many other ones out there that are just going to make more sense and give you more handle real estate. Yeah, just sad. Just a sad situation for me with this knife. I was just super pumped, and it's definitely not a knife that I would choose. And honestly, I would probably just get something even bigger for my wife. I gave it to my wife. She said, yeah, it fits my hand pretty good, but you know, I'll go with the Kizer Little River, Bowie, or, you know, something like a BK16, SE4, all of those type of knives, which are pretty close in price point, are just going to give you a more purchase, more real estate on the handle, guys. So sad. Maybe in the future they'll redesign it and come out with the proper size handle, but for me it's definitely way too small, and I've never seen another knife really come out like this that's in this shape and design. So thank you so much for coming over here today, checking out the channel. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. Love to hear you guys' thoughts. Any questions that you guys have in the comments below, we will answer for you. Don't forget about the mailbag. Put hashtag mailbag and you might get one of your questions answered live in an upcoming video, so that's always exciting. We love doing that now here at the channel. And don't forget about the weekly special, the Gideon's Tactical Show. Don't forget about that either. We put that up every Saturday, completely different, lots of different types of content, interviews, fun factor, entertainment. Check those out every weekend. We're putting those videos out live as well. And finally, guys, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. See you out there.